out by as $2 billion. They only have 80 engineers. Okay. It's basically this functionality. Just that they're sending messages together with images and photos and videos and that kind of thing, right? Video chat now become a big deal, right? Video, sending small, short videos, it's become phenomenon. This company basically, you can still, if you come up with a brand new, attractive chat app of some kind, you can still track a lot of. If you can track a lot of users to your app, you can make a huge difference. Okay, there are no. So if you look at all these platforms we have today, basically helping people talk to each other, functionality-wise, exactly the same app you are doing today. Just give you, also this will give you confidence, okay, actually things that serve people and make it useful for people, not necessarily very complex, okay? And actually your level programming would actually enable you to deliver some of these applications, right? On your level, 300 level, yeah, you can already start put out app like this. Okay? Actually, to implement an Android app doing this, actually not that much difficult than this. Instead of your little Java, little client, you code, very buggy. Essentially, you just create an app, create an Android app, and put your Java code in there. Okay? It basically provides you the way to write an app, and then you do the same thing. Okay? If I say create an Android app to realize this chat app, to be honest, that wouldn't. We could finish that within our term as well. You guys may complain, but yeah, I'm actually very confident you guys actually will be able to accomplish that. Okay? The functionality-wise is very straightforward. New user, return user, send a message to single person, send a message to group, send a message to everybody. Right? This is a simple functionality, but how to do them? That's your job for this term. Not that hard. Actually, this is once you start doing it, it's actually fairly easy. Right? And also give you some practical understanding of this is actually what's happening in industry. This is it. I mean, this is how Facebook Messenger works. This is how WhatsApp works. This is Instagram works. This is basically Twitter works the same way. Okay, the same way. Just that they somehow come up with a nice interface and nice app that attract a lot of people on their platform. Then they are making boatload of money. Your app only have one user, that's you, and you probably two, that the poor project manager, right? So if you only attract those two people, you know this is not worth anything but for our class project. But the technology behind this is not that far from the real technology being used. Just that the real problem eventually is how you handle millions of people online at the same time. That's when you only have a Java program running in the back. On your own laptop, that wouldn't work. Then you need to go to other system class, a database class, and learn how to store billions of records and serving millions of users at the same time when they are chatting and sending messages to each other, and you're not losing their chat, and you're able them to retrieve all these information, right? So our project is very much a watered down version of that. Okay, so essentially use case, if we go use case, it's really just going to be, so I will let you to read all these at home. So basically what we're looking for is your use case user, your system, your use case, and your description and step by step. That's it. Okay? You need more details, eventually we'll come to this. I'm looking for this in your requirement report. Right? Use case diagram. Show me what are higher level functionalities your system is providing. Who are the user? What is your system? What functionalities are you providing? Go ahead.
How would you show like layered functionality? So like for a new user, it takes you to a page where it checks, and like, is there like a flow chart, or is that just all contained within the new user circle?
So that is in our discussion in the next chapter called scenarios. Okay, so our different scenario is really one, as he mentioned, one path of execution in your system. Use case is more higher level functionality. I'm going to create a new user account, or I'm going to log in, right?
Just a goal.
Goal. That's our goal, exactly. And scenario, we are actually say this is how we should be doing it.
Does the scenario, will that fall under the design then? Would we consider the scenarios then in a design document?
So in terms of requirement, so in the requirement, basically, we can say we stop at the step by step of the use case, right? Scenario really is basically high level design. Because once you have scenario, you are really refining this into what component in my system deliver this scenario. Because you are really looking at step by step. Really who implement what, basically. So here is, I don't care who implements it, but I need this. Go. I need to, just like your boss. I want to get a job done, but I don't care how you get it done, right? But it's for you who has to go and say, okay, I need to do this one step and this pass, that pass, and you take care of all the paths. So this is your high level use case. Then basically detail step by step we'll be looking at here. Okay? What is that use case about? And step by step in that use case. I need a user to input the name. I need a user to input the password. I need a user to check that box for disclosure and agreement, right? That's all you got. Everybody, including me, got tricked into share our information with Facebook, and by the way, we can never sue them, right? You can do the same. Then click on the button. Then, if the user is not there, we return back and say, yes, you got the username. You have successfully set up. Okay? So basically, this is what you're looking at from system outside without looking inside the system. When we talk about analysis and scenarios, we are really looking into the system itself. Just look at the same thing happened to our D2L, right? Do I know how it works internally? No. But I do know the functionality from outside because I'm totally outside user. Well, how many components inside? I don't know. How they actually implement the client server architecture? Where is the server? How many servers? Actually, you know what? Actually, the server you're going on when you log in D2L is not the same server I log on to D2L, although they all call D2L.pdx.edu. That's why when you go to Facebook, the Facebook server you are using talking to you is not the same Facebook server talking to me. But to me, to you, it doesn't matter. It's all Facebook. Okay? The key difference between requirement analysis and high-level design is you're not looking into any component of the system. You're just looking from outside. That's the requirement. Once you look into the component of your system, you are doing analysis and high-level design. That's your job, though. But at this stage, I'm not going into that detail. You're looking at use case diagram. You may say, I don't like use case diagram. Yeah, you can ditch use case diagram once you graduate from my class into anything you like. List, table, mumble jumble words, that's up to you. But yeah, so we all have a uniform description here. We just adopt use case diagram here. For each use case, you just need a name, which should be captured the essence of that use case. In this case, it's fairly straightforward, and description, and step by step, from outside. Once you talk about scenario, you are actually going inside. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions, so certainly we can talk more about this Thursday, right? So it's time to get your project going by trying to nail down the requirement. Right? We pretty much done that here, but you have to basically convert this into your own words and your own way of saying it, right? That's the only way you can be But when you writing down this document, use the principle we have talked about many times. That is, imagine you're going to give this specification to somebody else in this class without talking to them, and they should be able to take your requirement document, carry it on to design. Okay, that is our goal. We may not be able to totally achieve that, but that should be the goal you have in mind. In practice, this don't happen all the time either. You have people talking to each other and clarify that's happening, but the goal is minimize the amount of talk as much as you can, so that the people can. This is how you can achieve teamwork. If every time I have to implement something, I have to go to my designer, the efficiency will be very low. Okay? All right, so that's our project, and also our current stage, which is requirement. Figuring out from outside what we are seeing about that system, what that system should provide to the user. From outside. Only looking from outside. Not into the system yet. Okay, so now let's go back to our quiz today. Again, writing code. Oh, by the way, so you can see that we have assignment, then we have all the Dropbox for our homework. If whenever you're ready, drop them in. At the same time, we have quiz today. The quiz today is actually pretty straightforward. I'm asking you to implement stack. Okay? So this is not using the stack already available in your Java standard library. This is you actually write the stack by yourself. Okay? Remember, so our requirement here, we want you to provide the same, so the functionality of stack in terms of you are going to create this class or object somebody else can use as their stack class. Okay? So imagine you're writing a stack class library for somebody else to use. Okay? You should be able to create a stack, right? Then have the method necessary for operating a stack. Right? Stack is relatively simple. Push, pop, peek, right? So those are the functionality you need to have for a stack. Basically. Certainly you can have more fancy ones, but the basic ones are create a stack, push into stack, pop out of stack, peek into top of stack. And then write code to make sure that you can, so you implement all the functionality. And before that, actually set up your test first. Set up your test first. Your test should be creating a stack, push a few in, pop a few out, or trying to pop from empty stack, right? So, and also whether your stack is actually bounded, which means that you have a situation where you push into a full stack. These are the things you need to consider. Now I think starting today, I would hope everybody is starting to use IDEs to write your code, not coding into D2L. D2L doesn't run your code, doesn't give you the feedback. So set up your test code in your environment. Minimum you should be setting up, creating a stack, push a few things into a stack, pop a few things out of stack, and just trying to see if you can break your own stack. Once you're done, drop your code into D2L. I mean, just copy your code right here to make it simple. But I would recommend you to program into IDE instead of programming into D2L text box. These data structures are things that you learned years ago, probably a year or two ago. So so although conceptually, I think it now seems so obvious for you. But this is the kind of thing that you need to do, that to say, okay, whenever you're asked you to, you immediately can write it out. Okay, so that should be what we expect from you guys at this point. I mean, these are very simple data structure. Whenever people want you to write it out, you should be able to write them out. So basically provide a comprehensive coverage of all the things that need to be considered with respect to a stack or list or a tree or simple graph